an answer from everybody. If I know y'all ain't that old, but who would you walk with right now? If you can go back in time and walk with and do a protest with MLK, a
No,
peaceful protest,
nah, Malcom
or
X.
you'll go with Malcolm X.
Malcom X, hands down. I ain't getting sprayed by them water hoses.
What's going on, everybody? You are now tuning to another episode of Everyday Heroz, and we got real name Wynton, JB written, Earl the GOAT, P for Parish, and Jam Sessions on the show, who all together make the On Mic podcast. Go ahead and check them out on YouTube, subscribe, all that good stuff. They're good partners of ours, and we look forward to having them on the show again. So definitely go check out On the Mic podcast, not THE, THA. All right, On the THA Mic podcast. Go ahead and check them out on YouTube. Subscribe, look at the videos. They got really good content. Before we get into anything, don't forget to like and subscribe on the show. This is Everyday Heroz. We're on everything: YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all streaming platforms. Go ahead and look us up. We in the mix. All right. So, without further ado, JB, how was your week?
It was good, man. Thanks for asking. I do want to take my time to shout out our business of the week. Thanks to Jazz the Queen Lioness. It's called CC Savage Nails. Give a shout out to them. They located out of Illinois. They do press on and acrylic nails. So I had to get a shout out because my sister Jazz the Queen Lioness told me to. So shout out to CC Savage Nail out of Illinois.
That's what's up. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. All right, cool. And Jam Sessions, how was your week?
Oh man, my week is fantastic, man. I'm feeling good, looking good. Business is good. So man, every time everything is good, it's all good.
All right. And P for Parish, how was your week?
Everything's good so far, man. Like Jam said, the birds is chirping. I see rainbows on the horizon, man. Everything's looking good so far, man. So let's keep it up.
All right. And
Birds
Earl,
is chirping.
yes, indeed. Dogs is barking, all that stuff.
All that.
Earl the GOAT.
Yeah.
How was your week, man?
Week was pretty good, man. Pretty good. I can't complain. I can complain, but I won't complain. But I'm making money. I'm healthy, so that's it. Yeah, it's good.
All right. And that's for me. I just been chilling, doing my thing. Let's go ahead and get into this show. So, I guess we'll leave with Earl. Kind of talk to us a little bit about what On the Mic podcast is, and from what I understand, you have a black history fact or something like that you'd like to do before the show.
Yeah, we like to start the show off with a Black history fact. Just highlight all the people that paved the way for us to get to the point where we're at today. And sometimes we bring in people that not just people from the past, our ancestors, but we also bring in current people that are also paving the way. And last week we also shout out Kamala Harris for being the first VP to be first, a woman that's a VP. That's a big deal. Woman of color. So yeah, we just kind of look up history facts and just bring them up to our show. I thought it was just a good thing to uplift the Black people, build positivity before we even get our show started and we bring everybody down.
All right. I like the way you put that. All right. All right, cool. So what is your objective of On the Mic podcast? Like, what is your goal? What's your niche on there?
I think the goal is just to we want to show talk about things that's going on, current events, sports, just entertainment from our perspective. It's kind of like a barbershop style talk or a setting. We just kind of shoot the shit and just, it goes where it goes. We bring up certain topics. We have certain topics we plan before we start. And then when we start, we kind of go off on tangents and stuff just because I think our chemistry is really coming together. So that's the vibe we have.
That's dope.
The good thing also about our show is we're not going to have a filter. You know, we're going to talk about what we feel coming from our perspective and our thought process. So you really get a chance to get into the minds of us.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually. And, you know, I listen to the podcast whenever you guys come out. I'm always commenting in there, you know, just, you know, for one, you know, supporting, you know what I'm saying, you know, our own community and what we have going on. And two, you guys really have good content. So I definitely like to watch y'all shows and the snippets and all that stuff is really good stuff. Anything you got, JB, in terms of any questions or anything for On the Mic podcast before we get
Man, why y'all make some of them so short?
We make them consumable, man. We make them easy for people. It's you know, today's age, man. People in and out, man. It's quick. TikTok.
And then also, now we put our full show up on, you know, iTunes and Spotify and things like that. But YouTube, we put the short clips, just some of the little conversation. And then if you want to hear the whole thing, then you can click on the link and hear the whole hour episode.
What if I want to see the whole thing?
Well, we did that. That was because of the YouTube algorithm. It made sense for us to chop it up in little bits. You get better views, I think, and better. The algorithm way it works is that if you have a higher viewership, YouTube push you towards the front of everybody's search algorithm or searches. But if you have a drop off, like if your viewership is only like 6 to 10% or something like that, your video will get lost somewhere. So right now we're 30 to 40% retention rate. So we're trying to keep that and grow it.
What gave y'all the idea to do like the Black History, you know, back in the day, Black History? What gave y'all that idea?
We're a pro-Black show, I think I can say pretty proudly. So we always want to take the time out. I mean, all throughout the show, we always want to take the time out and just acknowledge and respect, you know, Black things, Black inventors and things that are pro-Black. So I think that's where it came from in the beginning.
So real quick, sorry to cut you off, JB. Earl, do you have a Black History fact for today?
I don't, man. I did not prepare.
Man, you ain't prepared, man. You ain't prepared.
I want to learn something.
You got to come to our show, man. We trying to drive viewership to the show. Give them something. You got a snippet. You ready to give them a snippet?
I'll give you a little something. Kathy Wilson. She was the first woman to she disguised herself as a man, but she was a woman on the Buffalo Soldiers. But they never knew it until 2 years after her enlistment, when she got caught. Because she went to a nurse and they, of course, figured it out. But yeah.
Oh, that's like that. That's real life. What's that Disney movie? Mulan, man. That's real life Mulan, man.
Yeah, that's real life Mulan.
And it's amazing. If you look at a lot of the history, they'll take a lot of the history of what we've done and our successes, and they'll spin them into and make it seem like it's somebody else or some other race. But we just like to show what paved the way for us to be able to have freedom of speech, to even get on here and talk a whole lot of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That's definitely real. Sorry about that. Go ahead, JB.
So back in the day, there was two influential Black people. Everybody know of them. MLK and Malcom X. Who are y'all like mostly agree with now? Like, who are y'all morally close to?
Jam, go and give me your answer.
I'll go jump in. All right, this is what I'll say. They both, to me, go hand in hand. So MLK is the politician. He's the one that spoke, that kept everybody happy. He could go to the white crowd, he could go to the Black crowd and bring a lot of stuff together. But, you know, he also needed Malcom X, who was the military, that could come and be that enforcer or be that group that a lot of people was afraid of getting out of hand. And, you know, even if you dig into the history, you'll notice they didn't touch MLK when Malcom X was alive. You know, they only touched him after Malcom X passed after they passed and kind of disassembled our army. But, I think they both are good. They come from just two different sides and two different standpoints. I'm a militant guy, so I like the force and the power, but I think you also need that, that other charming side also to be able to talk to everybody.
So who would y'all like? I want to answer from everybody. If I know y'all ain't that old, but who would you walk with right now? If you can go back in time and walk with and do a protest with MLK, a peaceful protest.
Malcom X.
Or you'll go with Malcom X.
Malcom X, hands down. I ain't getting sprayed by them water hoses. I don't want to get bit by dogs.
I mean, everybody didn't get bit, man.
I'm down for the diplomacy. I'm down for the smooth talking. So I'm riding with MLK.
Okay.
All right.
I had to go with Malcom X, man. I kind of think that I think MLK had a couple of flaws in his approach to what his goal of free equal opportunity. I think he had a couple of flaws.
He even admitted himself, before he died that it was flawed. But go ahead, JB. What do you identify with? I say Malcom X, by the way. What about you?
Malcom X. Shit, man.
I never liked MLK. Even when I was a kid, I never liked him. When I was learning about him in school, I was like, this motherfucker's a punk. No disrespect or anything, but it was just like, no, what you mean? Like, we gonna let you get sprayed by water hoses, get bit by dogs? Like, nah.
I feel because I don't want to just stand here and be peaceful while they just beating us down. Now, I feel grab our guns and we need to be ready to fight back.
Well, now, now looking at it, of course, I would like to say Malcom X, but actually, how many people you think of Black people is really ready for war? Like, what I'm saying? Like that, especially then. So a peaceful protest didn't sound better. And they didn't go there thinking that stuff was going to happen.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean?
No, they knew that was going to happen. They knew that was going to happen.
They was training.
They knew that was going to happen, JB.
Yeah, they said we're going to go to the counter and eat a sandwich and get beat down while we're trying to get some cheese on it.
Yeah. They trained for that, man. I don't know if y'all. It's a museum here in Atlanta that lets you go in. It has a counter.
There.
You went there? Yeah. You put on the headphones. Then
I went there 2 weeks ago.
That's some real shit, man. I don't see how they stood there and just took that.
So to explain what Earl's saying, right? I don't know if anybody's been there. There's a civil rights museum out in Atlanta. Then you can go to a table. It kind of looks like how it did back in the day. They put the earphones on you, and you put your hands on this table, and you hear exactly what they were saying about you, calling you all kind of names, and they were talking, and you could feel the table just vibrating and the chair shaking and everything. So you kind of got a feel of how they were treated back then, Real shit.
I agree with you. It's hard to turn the other cheek. That's that Gandhi shit that Martin Luther King went down there and learned. But I just feel like, it's the finesse game. I'm all about the finesse game, man. You sweet talk them, you hit them with that. You could be nasty because, like you said, it's hard to get beat down. I completely agree with all of you. It's hard to take the water hoses. You let the dogs out on me. You hit me with the police batons, all that, man. It's hard to take. But, I think overall you're trying to prove a point. And I think overall.
Who point got more across, MLK or Malcom X right now in today's time?
Does it mean, let me ask you another question before I answer that. Does it mean anything to you that Malcom X was killed by his own people? Like, does that, how does that?
I think so.
Don't tell the Muslims.
You said something. You said something.
Tell the Muslims,
very bad words there.
I mean,
don't make me get a Muslim on this show.
I mean, he might be mad at me, but I'm just saying, like, he was infiltrated. Whoever it was. I mean, Martin Luther King was assassinated from however many yards away. They ran up on Malcom X in his own meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went up to speak, and
he didn't get dealt with.
And he didn't get dealt. Like,
I think that was a plant, though. I think that was a plant. The same thing that happened with the
get
Black
your
Panther.
hand on my pocket.
the Black Panther Party fell for the same reasons. It was the FBI probably pulled some guys aside like, look, you serving life unless you go here and kill Malcolm X, or you serving life unless you go up here and tell us who's in the Black Panther Party. It was that infiltration put in by FBI people and whoever, those plants brought the thing down. I think that's who killed Malcolm X.
I'm gonna tell you the sad thing about this: history repeat itself.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at most Black organizations, like even when we were in Africa, it was us that was helping to trade us away.
Right.
You know, it wasn't that the white person just came and just snatched us out of our land. You know, so it's like I don't know if it's in our DNA. I had asked Earl the Goat and P for Pears, do they think that we soft, that we grew soft, because it seemed like we always allow infiltration to come in and, you know, and tear us down.
Yeah. So my last question: why should people listen to open mic? Excuse me, I don't want to say it wrong. Why should people listen to y'all podcast?
I'm gonna need you to get the name right. On the Mic Podcast, man.
On the Mic Podcast. I tried to clean it up, but I ain't want to mess it up.
I know. I'm gonna need you to get it right.
Okay, On the Mic Podcast.
You're over there drinking. Yeah, man, they should listen because we got, like I said, like we have some crazy point of views. I think we have some good point of views. I think we have some great points. We always give you a Black History fact so you learn something from the podcast. We sometimes we're disrespectful, sometimes we're controversial. It's everything that you would get watching a TV show, but probably better because it's us. That's my take.
And then you also got to think about where the content is coming from. You know, it's not like we just three raggedy random people. Like we actually, you know, we got things that we could teach you. You know, we're very successful in our industries. We're very successful in life. So you could get some nuggets of knowledge when you come to the show, and at the same time challenge your thought process, because if you thinking a lot of times different than what we're thinking, you know, is your thoughts the reason why you are being held back?
Gotta enlighten your mind.
Yeah,
I think
all right,
and I'll put the wrapping bow on it, because, you know, maybe we're not for everybody, man. We're giving you perspective from three Black men from a very distinct perspective. You know, in today's climate, you know, you have, you know, people that they want to speak their truth. I hate that phrase, man. People always want to say they want to speak their truth. Like, we're gonna speak the truth from a Black man's perspective in America. You know, they say we've come from different aspects of life, different positions in life, and, you know, like I said, we're successful in different areas of life. So it's like just hearing what's going on, today's topics from our perspective, and, you know, learn a little something.
Yeah, and one thing, I don't know if we gave examples of what we talk about, but we, you know, Earl said current events. So that goes from politics to hip hop news to, you know, just whatever interesting article is out. You know, we're gonna give our perspective on what happens and what's really going on in the world.
Don't you feel like there's a different thought pattern between, like, maybe the 20-year-olds now and, you know, you guys' age?
Absolutely.
I think so. I feel like you're trying to make it sound like we old, man.
Yeah, that's what
like,
he's trying to make it seem.
Yeah, man. Like,
man, I mean, y'all ain't young.
y'all in the
say, man, like, you trying to make me old, man.
y'all from the baby boomer generation, and we old as shit.
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean, look, there's a different thought process, yes, between young and old, but there's also a different thought process between rich and poor too. And, you know, so it's, you know, you got all sides of the coin, you know, and we don't always agree. Don't get it wrong. We sit over here and argue and fight. Sometimes I win, you know, 95% of the time. But
I honestly, I like to hear thoughts, like, you know, from different viewers who are younger or listeners who are younger, because a lot of things that happen, like the current event news and pop culture stuff, I mean, it is people that are now, you know, younger than me. Like, I still have I don't understand, you know, their thought process on how they process stuff. So I'm in, you know, I hope they listen and they be like, hey, that's how an OG looks at it, you know? So
matter of fact, let's give you an example. Since Joe, you want to try to call us old. All right, you know, right now we notice a lot of these young guys day, you know, they becoming side pieces to these women, right? You know, like August and Jada and so forth. And instead of them keeping things quiet like we used to do back in the day, and you know, you could have a whole side family and get older, nobody know till he died. They coming out with books and songs and everything, making money on their affairs. That's a young person game.
Oh man, back in y'all day, y'all only had beepers though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So y'all could.
So yeah,
y'all,
so answer the
y'all
question,
had
man. You riding?
Facebook.
Yeah,
You riding with
I-
August? You riding with August Aslan, man? He got his feelings hurt, or he got dumped, or something like that, or maybe he was just trying to sell records, man. You okay with him putting on blast his relationship with Jada Pinkett? You
Yes,
all right
I
with
am
that?
okay with it.
Okay, look at that, young
Yes,
niggas,
I am
man.
okay with it.
Young niggas,
guy.
man.
Why is that?
I mean, I feel like he was used, you know, by this married couple that knew better. Talking about we live together, we die together, bad marriage for life. They deserve to be get on blast. That's their damn fault, putting their marriage on blast like that. They the one messing around with
Wait a minute,
other
you
people.
said he was used.
Yeah.
That nigga got
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
I would have told the world too. I slept with Jada. Who wouldn't? Okay, all right. So
Look,
what?
Hey, I would have
You know
still
what I
been
mean?
hitting Jada to this day, and nobody would have knew about it.
Hey,
Got it.
she probably was trying to take the thing from him. You know, from him. You know what I'm saying? So hey, look, I was with August on that. So
If y'all down to snitching yourselves, and that's cool. But
Right.
I mean, and that's the generation, the new generation. That's what they do. They get money off of snitching on themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
and you know that grants them one an early grave or some jail time for the most part.
JB,
You know?
you sound like you down with what's the trolls dude, man? Takashi. Takashi. You sound like you rolling with Takashi, man.
That's another level of
The same
that's a
shit.
whole, yeah, that's a
Hey,
whole
man.
nother level. I ain't
Oh,
up
so you
there.
ain't done. All right, man. Tell me something, man. I'm
Nah,
about to
I
say,
ain't up
man,
there.
all right.
But so you mad at me for being mad at August?
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying I don't understand. I don't understand. You talking like he was you. He wasn't used at all, man.
He was
paid
used. The man
in
was
full.
like 23 years old.
As Will.
know,
As Will will say he was paid in
24
full.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If he ain't get his money's worth, that's his fault.
Hey, you
That's
know
his
what?
bad.
Just don't commit a crime with Joe.
Listen,
'Cause
he was the
gonna put
one
it on
sick.
Instagram.
Yeah, Joe gonna call you out. He gonna
He gonna
He was the
put,
one sick.
he gonna put it on TikTok.
Instagram and say, "Boy, you know it was a crime
I
when we
know,
did
right?
it."
My boy.
Man, I
about
done
to
saw
sneak
Wynton
into
over
Jada
there with
Pinkett
Mimi.
house.
Yeah, man. But all right, cool. So So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this segment. You know, glad we got to talk about, you know, on the mic podcast, and we're gonna go ahead and come back to you with another one. All right, so once again, this is Everyday Heroes in conjunction with On the Mic podcast. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. Don't forget to look us up on iTunes, Spotify, everything. Don't forget to look up On the Mic podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and all streaming platforms. We're definitely in the mix, and we're gonna come right back at you. So from Real Name Wynton, JB Written, Earl the Goat, P for Parish and Jam Sessions. This is Everyday Heroes signing out.